Welcome back to another video. It's been a while, so if you are a current subscriber, I do have to apologise. I have not uploaded in about flipping 2 weeks or probably more. It feels like longer, but I gotta apologise for that. But I have been sort of upside down with work, and obviously, as you can see, I have done a bit of moving around, so I've nearly sort of settled in situ. So it'll be good to go then to sort of publish more concurrently. That's the wrong word. More often. So with the publishing more often, then that's going to happen this month. And if you are, if you've been around the channel for long enough, you'll know I'm obviously serving. I am a regular soldier. I know I don't look like it, but I am at the minute. Current affairs are different. Anyway, so and you'll know that I serve in the Royal Irish Regiment and the 1st Battalion, so that's the regular battalion. So what I'm going to do this month then is to sort of go really dissect into it and really batten for the team. And really delve into the regiment, particularly both battalions. So there is 2 battalions. The 1st battalion is the regular battalion, which is light protective ability, foxhounds. 2nd battalion then is a reservist battalion based in Northern Ireland, companies all over this sort of province. They're a light role battalion, so they haven't got the foxhound capability there. But I'm really going to delve into it, so we're going to really look at the specific roles and sort of routes you can take within each sort of battalion. I have done sort of previous videos on them, so reservists, which I'll link somewhere up here, but it was sort of last year. I'm going to properly revisit that and go into a lot more detail on it. Regards to the 1st battalion then, I've done a lot of videos on the sort of specialist routes and trades, like this style, talking head, not much else. So what we're really going to be doing now is I'm going to get a different point of view from someone else. So people who are living these roles. And some of them can be junior, so they've maybe been in the battalion for a year and a half, 2 years. So if you're that type of person who's just joining the army, or you're looking maybe to think about joining the army, or maybe you've no interest whatsoever at all, but it's that sort of mindset at that age, that sort of what would you want to say, that process of someone's sort of career. So the mindset that they have and the tricks and tips they'll give you to get yourself on these sort of specialist carters, tips and tricks for when you're actually on the carter, how it is, and just what life's like from their experiences in that sort of platoon. 100% far better way of doing it, and you're going to get a lot more out of it from these people living it. So you're going to have that end of the scale with the people just moving into them sort of routes, and then you're going to have other sort of people on who've been in these routes for a long time. Some of them, particularly the sniper, which I'm looking forward to that one. He's been in that role for a long time, for pretty much most of his career. And he's done that role on operations, so it's not very often you get to speak to someone who's been a soldier, went and done the course, achieved the qualification, and then deployed on sort of operations and sort of used that properly and kinetically during real-time operations. So yes, that is all to come this month. So delving straight into everything you can think of about joining the army. Family life, pay as an Irish Ranger, accommodation as such, all the trades that I just spoke about. Our mascot, even going to do a full sort of video on that, just to really delve into the history of our mascot, his name, and just what day-to-day life looks like. Big Irish Wolfhound is going to be good. We're talking beaches, Game of Thrones style, castles running through there. That's going to be a good one. So yeah, really, it's going to really delve into it. Now, if you're not obviously going, and people are going to go, right, I'm not joining the Royal Irish, switch off. Now, obviously it's an infantry unit, so even if you're going to infantry, we're going to do a lot of things the same. We do small things differently, but yeah, you will get a good idea of the infantry as a whole. Then specifically, if you're going to go to a battalion which is light protected mobility, which is the foxhounds, 100% going to get stuff. And then just and reservists, you're going to get stuff as well. And even though I'm going to sort of aim it towards 2 Royal Irish, most infantry reserve units will be the same anyway, like bar 4 power, because obviously you're going to have to go away and do P company. But everyone else, infantry regiment, reservist wise, it's going to be the same. So yes, it's going to be a little something for everyone. It's going to be different from staring at my face all the time. We're going to really delve into the weeds of Irish Ranger Month. I think that's what we'll call it. We'll call it Irish Ranger Month. June, it's going to be Irish Ranger Month, because we're going to end with a special video at the end of the month. Right, enough of me talking. Right, what we're going to jump into then is kit and equipment. So some of the specialist, I suppose you could class it as specialist. So some of the sort of kit and equipment we use as infantry, so the Irish Ranger, definitely every man, every Irish Ranger within the battalion will have this. Not everyone will carry it at the same time, but this will be split amongst the teams. The more specialist kit then, that's going to be will be added on to you if you're within any of the other sort of specialist rules. But you know, at a bog standard, the kit you're going to see here, all the sights, night viewing capabilities, all that type of stuff, most people use. So a guy called Beatty, he's going to go through it, and like I've always said about you know, the infantry, you have all these different routes and spider webs you can go off onto. He was being A company, you know, throughout his whole career, I'm pretty sure, yeah, and he's been a sharpshooter. He's deployed on all the sort of early Afghan tours and the most recent ones. He's currently doing a post then in the sort of stores area, and he's going to sort of give an explanation on this type of kit. So I'm going to leave it with Beatty, and I'll see you after that.
Hi, I'm Lance Beatty, A Company, 1 Royal Irish. I've been in the an Irish Ranger now for 11 years, and in that time I have been on 3 operational tours to Afghanistan. I've been on several multinational exercises in Kenya, Spain and Ukraine. I've been on a training mission to Ghana, and I'm currently in post as A Company Stoneman. A Company then is a rifle company within 1 Royal Irish, and today I'm going to take you through some of the kit and equipment that an Irish Ranger will use to aid in combat. So what we have here then is the CTLS. The CTLS then stands for the Commander's Target Location System. What this does then, it provides an Irish Ranger the capability to view targets at a distance, so during the day and at night. With this then built in, you have the capability to be able to laser target, get the distance of that target, the elevation of that target, and also the bearing. And this sort of information we passed on then to our mortar platoon themselves, and also our heavy weapons platoons, to get extra fire down on that target itself. So another capability then an Irish Ranger has while starting patrol then is the FIST. This is a thermal imaging capability. Have a think now, back to Predator if you've ever seen it. If you haven't, definitely need to watch it. You'll see how this is used in there. It picks up that thermal imaging throughout the foliage, and this just works the exact same sort of way. Sits on top of the rifle to give the Irish Ranger that extra capability. So another capability we've got then is the FCS, so the Fire Control System. This will be fitted then to the UGL, so underslung grenade launcher. What this does then is it reduces that human error, and so it does some of the calculations for the Irish Ranger themselves. I'm just thinking now that as the world advances with technology, the British Army will carry on doing the same, and this is just like a new way of lasering targets with the UGL.
Same.
So another capability we've got then is the CWS, or the Common Weapon Sight. What this is then is a night viewing device that will sit on top of the rifle or on the weapon system. This gives an Irish Ranger the capability to be able to see targets at night and also fire on targets at night. What we've also got then is its bigger brother, so the Maxi Kite. Slightly more magnification, and this will go onto the GPMG, or the General Purpose Machine Gun, which provides an Irish Ranger with a hell of a lot of firepower. So continuing then with the theme of an Irish Ranger at night, then we have the HMNVS, or the Head Mounted Night Vision System. It provides the Irish Ranger then that capability to be able to look at night and keep that situational awareness when moving around at night or within dark rooms when doing CQB. What we've also got then is the Lucy, and as you can see there's 2 eyepieces on this. What this does then, this provides that bit more depth perception for an Irish Ranger. However, this will be predominantly used by the drivers on many of the different platforms that we use, so like the Fox Sounds, the Quads and the Jackals. Another great bit of kit then we have is the LLM, or the Laser Light Module. What this does then is provides an Irish Ranger the ability to be able to laze targets for other Irish Rangers, so they can see a target they're actually firing at. A torch on there for when clearing those dark corners of the rooms. But it's also another means of being able to signal to another Ranger. But what it also has is an IR capability. So yes, there is a laser on there, but using them work in conjunction with the HMVS or the CWS, you can still laser those targets without giving your position away to the enemy. So another bit of kit then we have is the lightweight infantry periscope. A lot of people might think this is outdated and it's not as fancy as the rest of it, but it is a good tool for the Irish Ranger. This will be used then in the urban environment or also within the trenches, which just shows the different climates or areas that an Irish Ranger will find themselves working in. The way this works then is just provides the Irish Ranger the chance to be able to look around a corner or over the top of the trench looking for any further threats.
So yes, that's BD then. A brief overview of the sort of kit and equipment you will definitely be involved in coming to the battalion itself. Obviously, like stated in the sort of introduction piece, across the infantry, that's a sites that you're normally going to see. So that's not just specific to the Royal Irish. All across the infantry. And obviously some other bits and pieces you will see across the wider army, but they will start to become a little bit more scarce. But definitely the stuff you've seen there, infantryers will work with that and operate with that a lot. So, and like I sort of said, a lot of the stuff can be used in conjunction with each other. So definitely like the monocle, so like the one sort of, so not the double, so the one, that can be used in with your LLM. And definitely, when you start to go into a big training cycle, you'll start to get a lot more comfortable with that and using that in conjunction with each other and using all these different bits of kit and equipment to really just aid you in doing your job. So 100%. So if you like kit and equipment and love techie stuff, that's what it's all about. And there's obviously a lot more stuff to advance on there. So yes, that was the first one. And please jump into the comment section and just engage and let us know what you thought about that sort of style. We're going to sort of get other people's point of views on different sort of stuff. And yes. So like I was saying, so they look forward to then, so what we're going to call this sort of Irish Ranger month on the channel, with a looking right towards the end of the month and coming into July then. So the 1st of July, excuse me, flipping spit going everywhere, too excited, talking about 1st of July, it's Rangers Day, so it's a big day in our calendar within the regiment. That was the day that the Royal Irish was formed. We've got hundreds of years of history, but the sort of particular one is the sort of UDR, so the sort of the regiments that were back here in Northern Ireland, as well as the Royal Ulster, the Royal Irish Rangers, were amalgamated in 1992 to form what is currently known today as the Royal Irish Regiment. 2 battalions, the reservists being 2nd battalion and us 1st battalion being the regular battalion. So that's a day that we celebrate, so 1st of July. So to sort of to celebrate that then, I'm really delving into like a big cinematic style video. You have maybe seen some of that sort of stuff on the channel, so if it's the sort of stuff you do like with me, with my editing style and that, that is coming big time in July. Right, cool. So if there's any other questions or anything you had to reference this video about that sort of kit and stuff, or anything to do with the battalion, both either or whatever it may be, jump in that comment section. I'm going to be straight back to you. Definitely be more active within the first 2 hours of it going public. And also then got that Instagram with all that sort of alley still photography of everyone in the sort of battalion, but also that gives you the sort of the better one to DM me privately, and we can start a conversation there if you don't want to drop it in the comment section below. But please, I do encourage you to jump in the comment section below, because if you have a question and I have a conversation with you, it's not too private, and I answer your question, someone else will get the answer just from me speaking to you. Cool. Yes. So that is us. There's going to be two videos now weekly. It's either going to be a Monday night and a Thursday night, and then a bi-weekly live stream. That live stream will consist of me, similar to the one we're done with Smudge from MKR, sort of just having a chit chat over Skype, and I'm streaming it, and then I'll have yous there as well, and then we'll engage you in the conversation. And then the other sort of aspect, if I can't get that guest on one particular week, it's just going to be me live streaming. I'll just bring a topic up and I'll just discuss it and answer questions and stuff as well. So that's just one way engagement sort of thing, and that's going to be sort of bi-weekly. If I can get it each weekend, I will do, but it's definitely going to be bi-weekly. So you got a Monday night, Thursday night, and that bi-weekly one. Boom, that's it. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Thank you very much. Once again, I apologise for the sort of 2-week delay. I am now back in action and we're ready to publish more, and I will see you again in a couple of days. I see fire.